What's up, everybody? It's Saturday, and you know what that means. No, it's not time for Saturday morning summons. Today, we're doing Saturday morning rune crafts. Why are we doing that? Because there's a new monster that was teased, and we don't know when it's going to come out. Everyone's saving their summons for that, even though I'm kind of curious about this. We just got through with No Summon November, and I wonder if Comtrust waited for that to be done, and then everyone summoned all the things in the beginning of December, and then like now that we're a week into December and everyone just finished summoning, well, everyone that was saving just finished summoning, they're like, hey, by the way, there's a new monster coming, better buy some new scrolls, cause you just blew them all, didn't you? So, I mean, they could have done this a week earlier, right? They could have done this a week, but it's more profitable. I don't know, it could just be a coincidence. But I like to always look way too much into things, right? Anyway, what we're doing today is we are going through our 6 accounts. We are going to be just crafting a bunch. Let's just start crafting the runes while we're explaining what we're doing. We're going to craft a bunch of runes, and that's what we're going to do. Oh, that was the whole explanation. So, for these videos, I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to watch a rune crafting video. Why would I want to watch that? That's what you sound like. Why would I want to watch that bagel? So, when I do these, I like to explain like why I'm tossing some of these runes, or like what it could be. Like if it was 6-star, this could be better. If this was blah blah blah, this could be better. If it had this stat, if this is what I would grind, this is what I would gem. If this was a 6-star, I would give it a chance to roll it. It's not really valuable enough. Even on an alt, I kind of don't want to waste my time on it. If other people do, that's, you know, to each their own. But we'll go through different whatever. We'll craft a few different things and we'll see. See, this one, a lot of you may think, oh, Swift, I need speed on slot 2. If it's not speed on slot 2, I don't need this. This is good for a speed Lucian. I'm actually going to roll that. I'm going to roll that. So what we're hoping for, we could roll it now, but we could do attack or damage attack on Swift Blade for a speed Lucian. Here's a decent example of a speed Lucian. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. So this is attack on slot 2, but it has good crit rate, it has good speed. I would like to have more crit damage on this, so that's the stats on this Lucian. It's fast enough, but it's a little low in the like attack and crit damage. Could use a little bit more, but this is a good example of a speed Lucian for a double Lucian team that is Swift with attack slot 2. So I'm gonna try to go through and explain, like, I'm hoping for the speed and the crit damage to roll, high rolls, and then, you know, the flat attack, I actually might not even gem over that. I might not gem over that. We're hoping to roll crit rate on the last one, and I might even grind the flat attack, because if you think about it, like, what would I want the crit rate somewhere, right? So we got the speed, not bad, not bad. This could be good for, I mean, I got plenty of Lucians, right? But this could be good for something else that has maybe a Shimite, attack or damage attack on a Shimite, right? And just get the speed and subs to make him fast enough. Hopefully we either get crit damage or speed. Hopefully. Okay, so we got a crit damage. We actually got a 7 on crit damage. That's as high as the crit damage can roll. So that's actually not that bad. We're hoping for crit rate on the last one, and instead, I know the flat attack is weird, but this is one of those situations when I would actually grind the flat attack on it. It's weird, but that's a flat attack grind. I would actually grind that. I wouldn't gem over it with like, oh, well, maybe we get defense percentage. Like, no, I want to do enough damage to kill the things before they get the chance to move. Not okay, so now we're gonna have to crit rate over something, right? But this is also maybe not bad for if you can get Estella fast enough with speed and subs, maybe, or like a Chimera, but like a lot of those, just something that does damage based on speed that you want to be fast, but you also want to have enough damage, right? Some things you like to have speed on slot 2 because you like need extra speed, but also for RTA sometimes like crazy 5 billion speed like Marons for RTA. But that would be good for a lot of different things. A lot of different units that do need to be fast and also have damage. So let's switch over to Violent. Oh, it's always Violent. So that's just a guaranteed sell. Even if it was 6-star, I would sell that. This, even if it was 6-star, I would sell that. Just personally, probably even on all 2. That's just 246 flat stats. We don't. The only thing that we want flat on 246 is the speed on slot 2. This, even if it was a 6-star, I would sell that. It just doesn't have enough value. This just doesn't have enough value, even if it was a 6-star. This is the main. I might keep this on an alt, but since it's the main, I don't need to keep that. The nice thing about Violent Runes, though, is that Violent, if there's a 6-star and on an alt, I would probably keep that and see if it rolls double HP. I know a lot of people just wouldn't even bother with it. Like, a lot of high-level players wouldn't even bother with it. But like I said, if it was on an alt, I would think about it. Let's go back to it. The nice thing about, you get more value out of crafting Violent than anything else. Well, Violent and Will, right? Than other things, because Violent and Will are so flexible rune sets. You can put, if it gets a lot of speed, defense, HP, and resistance, you can put it on like a support unit. Or if it gets a lot of attack, crit damage, crit rate, and speed, you could put it on a DPS unit. So this, I would sell. I know it's a legend, but it's just, it doesn't have any speed, it doesn't have innate to reap, and the reaps are more valuable on Violent and Will than on anything else. Or then on like Swift, because Swift you kind of almost need speed for the most part, aside from a couple situations where like one I tried to explain. But this, if it was a 6-star, maybe on an alt I would keep it for the same like Lucian or other DPS situation. Like the same thing, like I don't love it. It didn't roll enough, but for many of you that are like early to mid game, that could be a decent usable rune for some of your, like maybe Chimera, or like something does damage based on speed. So you have speed and accuracy, and who else am I thinking of? There's a lot. Not Theomars, because you definitely want him on Violent, but things that do speedy damage that nuke, but also need accuracy for things. So this I'm just going to sell, but if you guys would keep it and roll it, that's not the end of the world. This is just garbage. Absolutely 100% and 500% garbage. This is 600% garbage. I don't really love to craft Swifts for the most part. I'm going to keep this just to see if it rolls speed. I'm not going to roll it right now. We don't have the time for all that nonsense. But it had a max into speed. I don't. If that last one was a 6-star, I might do it for the same Lucian situation, right? So that's nothing. Even if it was 6-star, I wouldn't keep that. This for the same thing. I don't like to keep those. To be honest, I would rather trash those because I know the likelihood of rolling. Isn't it like a 3% chance or something like that? The likelihood of rolling good speed. This again, I'm gonna toss this. I know. If it was you, I would recommend that you keep it though. This I'm gonna keep. We will roll that one though. Because that attack one could have rolled speed sub, but I'm like, I'm not going to keep that. I'm too impatient. But I would recommend for you to, the slot 6 with the speed, that could have rolled double speed, I would recommend for you guys to keep that probably. Unless you're super endgame, in which case you don't even need me to say that, you already know. Right? Or you don't need me to say that because you're like, I need 30 speed on everything, so. We got a low roll in the speed. That's as low as it can get. So the speed you can get 4 to 6, from 4 to 6 there. So hoping for 6s. This can be max 22 speed, and then we would hope for HP for the last one. We got a crit rate. I am not very excited about it anymore. I wanted more speed. Even if it had 2 rolls, I would have wanted the 18. I could have found a use for the 18. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this now, but it's on the account. I'm hoping. I'm hoping for nothing. Like early game, this would be an okay rune. You could stick this on like a fast DPS unit, even though it's got the defense. You don't really need anything for, you know. Is there anything that would need a Swift with defense? Not really. The speed and the crit rate are the things that I'm excited about on this, right? or not excited anymore, but the things that this would be, I would love to donate this rune to one of you guys, because I'm sure it'd be great on many of your accounts. 15 speed. I don't know what I'm going to do with this on here, but maybe I could stick it on like a guild siege unit or something. Like that does damage based on speed. So like I said, a water assassin or something like that, where it's got multi-hits, it's got damage based on speed, it's got some good stuff. Or maybe even like chilling, if I want to put chilling on Swift and he's just like there for guild siege for a few battles here and there. Stick him on some weird efficiency stuff and he could be okay. So let's go to let's go. No, we don't have to. You know, it's a hotkey. I don't even know why I'm doing that. Let's go over to Asia. Let's do some rune crafts on Asia. But that's why I'm trying to like explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But kind of the requirements for each account are different, right? So the earlier game, the more you're gonna keep a whole bunch of stuff, and the closer you are to endgame, the more you're gonna toss like everything, basically. So your rune standards, as you progress through the game, this is a big thing for you guys. As you progress through the game, your rune standards should continue to increase. You shouldn't just be like, I'm gonna keep everything. I farmed enough to have all the runes inventory is maxed. Hooray, I have bad rune RNG. I kept every single rune, but a lot of them are bad. Like, no, you don't keep every single rune. It's not how you do it. It's not, if a rune is poo-poo, then you don't keep it. And don't keep blue 5-star runes. What's the matter with you? Unless maybe like, maybe in the situation of like a Swift slot 6, where it's HP percentage, and you had like speed and defense, and you got double rolls into speed, and you had 15 speed, and you can put like a blue grind on it or whatever, get it to 18 speed, right? 5-star, slot 6, 18 speed is, might stick around for a while, right? So for like maybe a Chloe or maybe like a Ryan or something like that, because you use those, like you still use Chloe's and Orions in Siege and things. So I don't know why I'm going to, hey, we have a summon. I don't know, I force of habit, I guess. If you guys are wondering why I always buy these silver 2-stars, it's for when I make 6 stars. Stole that idea from Shredded Puzzle. Oh, Fire Marshal Cat, very exciting. Very exciting. Let's see what we have here. Let's craft some, oh, you know, we could craft the ancient runes too. Let's craft some of these ancient runes. I don't know why I clicked off it. I don't want to keep this for the speed. I would recommend to keep that and see if it rolls speed, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm too lazy. But I'd recommend, because that could roll double speed. So I would recommend for you guys to do that. I know you're like, Bagel, why didn't you do it? Because I'm lazy. I don't want to roll a million runes on every different account. That's why a lot of times it's like, well, it's a 5-star. Look at that. I love 10s next to it. Next to the numbers. I'm not going to use that, but I love the 10s next to the numbers. Very juicy. The thing with these new runes, though, is like, it's so impossible to get the grinds. Like this again, I would love it if it was 6-star. The only reason I would use this is if, like, it kept rolling speed. But all the rolls after the first stat, like when you get the rune, it can have much higher stats. But then anytime you roll it after that, it still has the same potential rolls as like a normal rune. So we keep that to see if maybe it rolls speed, but that's about it. I kind of want to keep this for value, right? I kind of want to keep it and hope it rolls like into juicy stats. And also it's an alt, so we're hoping for high rolls into HP and defense and dodging flat attack. And we could use this for like a bruiser maybe. Hoping for more HP. Double roll into HP would be nice. And then we would gem the speed in somewhere. We hope that like we get like a crit rate for the last one, right? Yeah. I'm not excited about this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, really, though. Like, I don't know why I'm still rolling it. Just really hoping for HP. But I think we're just going to toss it, because it's impossible to get... Yo, we're definitely going to toss it now. No, please don't upgrade. We're definitely going to toss it. Okay. Because it's impossible to get these grinds for these runes, so... I don't know what we're keeping some of these for. What was I going to roll? Oh, the guard rune. So this is just a blue 5-star. We don't need that for anything. This is an accuracy. We don't need that for anything. Doesn't have enough stats. Better be good. I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. You know what? This has turned into a re-app festival. GG. It's re-app time. It's a re-app time. Because I bet we got a ton of re-apps for these ancient runes. We're going to keep rolling that until it's an amazing rune. Okay. I don't want to go crazy. Let's do our 11. We got 11 on here. Oh! Resistance. What am I going to do with resistance? I'm not going to keep this. I'm not going to keep it. I think there's actually a team that I want to build that requires that rune, but you need net 5s for it, and it's not like free-to-play friendly or anything. Yeah, so we'll keep this. So this is okay for like a Theomars. This is okay for a Perna. This is not bad. This is not a bad rune. We're hoping for high rolls, and then we're hoping for that last one to roll. What was it was attack speed and crit damage, and it had innate HP. So we're hoping for crit rate with the last one. But a lot of these are just not enough stats. This is just like this is basically the worst. This is the worst you can get as far as a rune is concerned. It's a slot 6 with flat, and it's 5-star, and it's blue. It's like, but I mean, it could not have the innate, so it could get worse technically. Crit damage, crit rate. This is a Diana rune. Okay, so this is if we ever get a Diana on this account, this has. It's got innate accuracy, so the rolls are low, right? We're missing 1 efficiency on HP. We're missing 3 efficiency on defense. We have max efficiency on crit damage because it can only go up to 7. We are missing 2 efficiency on attack percentage, and we're missing efficiency in the innate accuracy. So this is not as... This is still an okay value rune, though. It's not that bad. We're kind of getting a little bit lucky on these... Wait, let's finish off... Oh, no, we don't have the... We could do more swifts and violence and stuff like that. Actually, I'm like, I don't want this to be a huge long video though. I'm kind of just curious how this rolls. This would be, and we would still want to get speed somewhere. I think I would trade out the crit damage for. Oh, that's not the. It's not a great. Well, no. It was what was it? 5? Hold on. Yeah, so it was a 6. So it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't really good. It was below average. Okay, so that was a 5. It's a Diana rune, basically. That's what it is. We're not even getting. So we actually lost 1 roll. So this turned into a purple rune because we lost 1 roll in efficiency. It rolling defense again because it could have started out with 8 and rolled another 8 on top of that. So. We could have gotten that 16% defense in just one roll. So, and this is also, that is the lowest roll into crit damage. So this is actually turning almost into a blue rune. So it's getting less and less exciting. Typical summoner's war. This rune was not even amazing, but it was pretty good. And then it just turned into not that exciting. We're hoping for a lot of speed, and we're hoping for... It doesn't matter if you get any runes that have any potential. The game will just destroy whatever potential you have. Unless it was a rune that you bought in a rune pack. That's the only... Wait, come on, man. You're going to give me this crap. So this, again, turned into a blue rune. We got the lowest roll possible in crit damage. We got the lowest roll possible in speed. GG. I don't know. I'm not even excited enough to keep rolling that. But let's see. Do we have re-ups? Yes, we do. We do have re-ups. Let's go 12. We're hoping for crit rate and defense. Or resistance and defense. We got defense. I like the defense the most. We're hoping for just value. I think we're just gonna we're gonna re-app this either way. There's no, I don't see any, yeah, we're just gonna re-app this either way. If it rolled in like double max rolls into defense, maybe I would consider putting a HP gem. What the HP gem from where? These are the new runes. It's impossible to get the grinds and gems for them. But if it did roll multiple defenses, max rolls, 29 defense, maybe we would stick a... Yeah, we're just going to re-up this either way. But we have 12. The nice thing about this is we don't have to re-up for speed. So this is a wonderful rune to re-up. This is like a one and done, a two and done situation where it's like you throw a couple re-ups into this and you're good. It's gonna roll. It's gonna either roll tanky and you could use it for a support unit, or it's gonna roll DPS and you could use it for a DPS unit that just has will, or you could roll a bruiser. There's just so much flexibility. You don't even have to worry about hoping for speed and anything. Oh, there's only got a whatever roll into speed. Like, no, it's got speed as the primary stat. There's no innate, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but it's still really good. It's a really flexible rune. I'm glad that it's one of the newer runes, but it's also kind of a bummer that it's one of the newer runes, because where are we going to get the grinds for it, right? Where are we going to get the grinds and the gems? They don't drop. So we're hoping for some good stuff. Hoping. Probably not going to happen, but hoping. Actually, no, it probably is going to happen. We're probably going to have just a couple re-ups into it, and it's going to be usable. We hope. It's not... Okay, I jinxed myself. I know I jinxed myself. 21 minutes? Come on, Rune. Can you just upgrade? We want to see. We want to see how bad you roll after this. We want to see how bad it is. We want to see how... Why is this necessary in the game? Why? Why is this necessary? In all these games, it's not even just this one. It's this, it's DHC, it's Raid, it's a bunch of games. I don't know. I appreciate the Epic 7 of, like, if you put things into a piece of gear, it's upgraded, and then you move on to whatever else you need to do. So, we'll just throw re-ups into it until it's... Oh, that made it worse. Wow, it actually got worse. Okay, remember? But we knew we were going to get more disappointed. Okay, so this is actually already usable. We'll throw like 2 more maybe. I think we're just gonna... Oh. See, I like the... Yeah, the second one just has more value. I don't think we need to re-up anymore. I think we're good. I think we're good on this. And we just throw... there's nothing because it's an ancient rune, and there's nothing for it. But we would throw a gem into attack. I mean, not a gem into attack. We would throw a grind into attack, grind into defense, and we would gem the flat defense into... Yeah, that's just the 1 roll into flat defense. I mean, that's just nothing rolled into flat defense. We got 1 roll into attack, 2 rolls into crit rate, 1 roll into defense, the percentage, and then nothing into flat defense. And then we would just gem that flat defense eventually. If the game ever decides to give us gems and grinds for these, we would put HP instead of that, and we would call it a day. And that's a pretty efficient rune. I actually like this rune. That's the best thing that we're gonna get all day. I'm just telling you right now, if you've not played this game before, that's the best thing we will get all day. That rune right there. Okay, I don't want to keep this necessarily anymore. So, we will move on to the next account. Do we do everything on this account? Do we need to do more on this account? No? I don't know. Move on to Europe. Let's do some crafts for other things that are not Violent and Will. I like to craft Violent and Will because I feel like they're the most... I mentioned this already. I feel like they're the most... I know that they're the most flexible. Followed by, like, Despair and... trying to think what else. Yeah, anyway. Let's go to, hey, do we have any summons on this? Summons, no. Oh, we streamed with this account. That's why we don't have summons. Okay. We'll do we have ancients? Do we have these? Do we have these? We do have those, okay. And we have reaps on this too. These are just nothing. Resistance and accuracy as the only two stats. This I don't like, but if we keep getting speed, we keep it, right? If we keep rolling speed, we'll save it just for the fact that if we get a triple roll into speed, it's usable. But aside, like as a broken set, but aside from that, no. This is not enough. If it was a 6-star, I might keep it, right? If this was a 6-star, I might see if that rolled multiple speed. Like if it was a 6-star and it had like a max speed, like a, well, it would be a 7 because it's ancient rune. So, and then we could roll twice, 6 and 6. So we get 12 plus the 7 is 19. So we could have 19 plus a grind, which is nice. So I would still, this is just a flat slot 2. That's not, speed is the only flat you want, slot 2. That's just garbage. That's just garbage, more garbage, more garbage. This we would, you see if it rolls speed, right? You keep it for, maybe you get a quad roll into speed, but if I got a quad roll into speed, I would just be disappointed. That's a 5-star rune, and I'd be more mad than happy. This is not, you generally want a lot of stats overall for a destroy rune, and you also generally want a decent amount of HP, because if it's destroy, you're gonna have your for any monster you're gonna put on destroy. Bacon, you gonna make sense anytime soon? No. Anytime you want to put monster on destroy, you want them to stick around for a while, right? Because if you're gonna just straight away nuke them, then what do you need to destroy for? That doesn't come into play. That's pointless, right? So destroy is really for bruisers more than anything else, not for DPS units, not for straight DPS. So things like Skogul, things like Feng Yan, things like Ritesh, things like Chow, things like that. So things that have a decent amount of HP that the match is going to go on for a while, and you're going to want to destroy some HP throughout the course of the match, so it's easier for something that doesn't have a tremendous amount of attack power to finish it off at some point. So generally you want good state. Did we not? Oh, you know, maybe we did those in stream. Okay. Did we do crafts in stream? I don't even remember that. On to the next account. I'm just switching servers over and over and over again because it's technically the same account, but it's just different servers. You can have basically an island on each server. So. Did we were just on this account though, weren't we? Not now in the video. I mean like farming on it. So, any oh, we do have a summon actually. Drunken Master. What a drunken master indeed. Okay. Nothing here. Nothing. Oh, we do have some here. Okay. Wait, was there a rune? No, we did that rune. We did that rune. Even if this was a 6-star, no. Even if this had speed as one of the subs, I would roll it only for the speed, and that's about it. Attack on slot 4 is not good on almost everything. You want, if it's a DPS unit, you want crit damage on slot 4. Nemesis, you almost always want speed on slot 2 because you want things to cut. If you're putting Nemesis, you want to get a turn. If you don't have a lot of speed on the Nemesis unit, it's not going to get a turn. Also, you want a lot of tankiness. So for Nemesis runes, just overall, your biggest, most important stats that you're going to want, with a few exceptions, but for the most part, are going to be speed and HP. For things like Garrow, if you're going to use Garrow on Nemesis, you would still be speed, but you would worry less about the HP. So I see some people actually I see a decent amount of people that use Ariel and Praha on Nemesis, and then Nemesis never procs. They just get double illusioned. Nemesis never cuts in. Why? Because they have they have like 20 plus 20 speed. They have like no speed on anything. You need high speed for Nemesis. You're gonna get attack gauge, but you need to have a pretty filled up attack gauge already so that you overfill. So the mechanic is like you want to make sure that you overfill the gauge so that you cut in and get a turn that way, instead of just like, oh, you're filling up, you're close to the top, but the other unit's still going to come in and finish the job and destroy you before you even get a chance to cut in. So speed is very important on Nemesis runes. Speed and HP. You want to last long enough to have the Nemesis proc, with some exceptions like, for example, Garrow, if you put Garrow on Nemesis. See this, some people would roll that for the speed. I don't care. I'm not, like, I don't want to invest all this energy into a 5-star rune just for maybe speed. Actually, let's do, should we do Rage? No, because we're doing RTA on this account. We're trying to do C1 RTA on this account. So we'll keep going on Will. So this is just blue 5-star runes. I'm not going to keep a blue 5-star rune with, like, any account, really. I don't see a point. Well, there is no point, right? There kind of is no, unless you're like 2 weeks into the game. If you're 2 weeks into the game, then you're allowed. You get a pass. This is just like, what is this? This is not enough stats for anything, right? This is flat defense on slot 4. This is Garbo. Let's do our one violent. Fantastic. Did we do these? Oh, we do have these still. This is nothing. That just doesn't have any stats. And it's not like a matter of like, oh, should I keep it? Should I sell it? Like, they just don't have enough stats. This is a blue 5-star. It just doesn't have enough stuff. Doesn't have enough stuff. Doesn't have enough rune juice. This is crap slot 2. This we don't need for anything. This is point, like these, if you have runes that are, first off, blue 5-stars, again, for the 9 millionth time today. Second off, even if they're 6 stars, if the stats on them are accuracy and crit damage and just that, it's not enough. It's just not enough. Or like crit damage and resistance, or like accuracy and resistance. There's just not enough juice there. It's really nothing. It's like almost a nothing rune. It's basically a white rune. So this is just nothing. Resistance and crit rate. If we have crit rate on something, we want to have also, for the most part, crit damage, attack, and speed. We could also want to have like tankiness and speed, right? We maybe don't need if there are situations like Vertiheel, like Diana, where we don't need the attack and crit damage as much, and we are more like, okay, let's go for some tankiness. Well, there's different Vertiheels. I'm getting, there's so much more. There's multiple different so on one Vertiheel build for like dungeons, you would want the DPS, but for an RTA Vertiheel, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't be focused as much on the DPS, right? So different builds. Very confusing, Bagel. Good job confusing people even more. You're welcome. You know, I do still like the Rune Crafts more than some, because summons are always, well, Rune Crafts are bad, but at least we can discuss like if it was a good version of this, and you guys could see, be like, oh, Bagel doesn't get any good runes either. He's not keeping anything. Maybe I shouldn't keep all the bad runes either. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't keep all the bad runes. You just gotta farm more. Like I say you just gotta farm more, and everyone's like, but I farm all the time. Like when I first started this game, if I realized how much farming there needed to be done every day, I would explode. I would be like, I'm not playing that game. Or how much money you needed to spend to be able to play the game. Like if you didn't want to, even with the farming, like how crazy this is going to be. I would have stayed away. So this, even if it was a 6-star, like I was just thinking, like if it was a 6-star, I might keep it, but it still has no speed. This is, even if it was a 6-star. Well, actually, if it was a 6-star, like maybe you stick it on a bulldozer or a copper as a 2-set, because it did have defense and crit damage. So these just don't have enough stats. This is just, even if that was a 6-star, that's basically no stats. It's flat HP and resistance. That's garbage. This, if it was a 6-star. This is like the name of the game. If it was a 6-star, what would you do with it? Roll it and see if it had speed. That's about it. for that one. This, if it was a 6-star, roll it and see if it had speed. This is garbage either way. This is garbage either way. This is like, oh, you know what it is? It is a will, and it has speed. So I will keep this. I hope that it rolls all speed, and then I would gem the HP over the flat attack. And hope it rolls all speed. That, if it was a 6-star, would still be crap because it doesn't have enough stats. That's just energy. Energy is kind of like... Energy and guard are like the worst rune sets. Just because... I mean, if they have good enough stats, you could use them on things, but like they don't really provide much aside from like, here's a little bit of this, here's a little bit of that. Like, it's not like, it doesn't give you immunity, it doesn't give you the chance for extra turns, it doesn't give you the chance to stun, and it doesn't give you that extra boost to speed like the Swift does. So energy and guard are like the least valuable stats. Like, to be able to like warrant putting those on someone, you would want the just efficiency to be really high. So you want lots of good rolls, lots of juicy rolls into stats that mean something, like speed, attack, defense, HP, and then you also want you want high rolls into those stats, and lots of them. So let's do this. Is oh, look at all those. This is LD only, ladies and darkies. I hate these runes, man, where it's 5-star and it's legendary, and like, you know, people are gonna be like, you could have rolled that to say speed bagel. And I'm like, yeah, I could have rolled that, I just don't want to. This is not anything good. Like, we're gonna keep this, maybe we need to use that for something, but I don't really want to use that. Because it doesn't have any stats. It's got the crit rate. Like, and you're not gonna re-app it because it's purple. It's purple, man. So we're hoping for speed, right? That's kind of the thing. Speed and maybe defense. Dodge, flat attack. This is my face that this rune is making me use. Please, if this rolls a 3 on speed, okay. This is a toss. We don't need that for anything. This, I really hope that we can just toss this. I hope it rolls like a low crit rate or a low HP, so just toss it. Because, I mean, if in a perfect world, it could get 5-5-5-5 into speed, right? And then we have a 23 speed will rune. Wow, that's not that bad. There's really no reason I should even be rolling this, to be honest.
Hooray.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even bothered rolling that in the first place, though. We got some blue runes. Though this is the light dark only account, right? So we keep some questionable will runes on this. Or maybe I was like seeing if maybe they're like speed with like defense and HP, and it's like a blue rune, but it's a 6-star or something. So, because I would keep that. This is garbage. I don't mean that rune. I mean like a 6-star rune slot 2 where speed is the primary stat, and then it had like, if it had 8 defense and 8 HP, I'd be very excited about that rune. That rune can almost not do any aside from rolling low. It's almost not able to be messed up until it starts going into +9 and +12. So this is just garbage. This is just, even if that was a 6-star, I would toss that because it doesn't have enough stats. If it was a speed, like again, if it was a speed slot 2, I would keep. But this we cave for speed. Ugh. I don't want to do that. This I'm not going to keep. If it was a 6-star, yes, I would keep it and see how it rolled. But no, this is just crap. It doesn't really have anything. This is just crap. It doesn't really have anything. This is just crap because it's the flat slot 6. This is it's attack and it's 5-star and it's blue. But you generally don't want attack on. This is just doesn't have any speed. That's the only redeeming quality I would see in this. Is if it had speed, we would maybe see if it rolled speed. We would definitely see if it rolled speed on that one. This is just like If this was a 6-star and it had higher rolls into crit damage and crit rate, maybe you stick this on like a Beast Monk. But still, you'd want speed on it, so I'd still... You can get some speed in the last one, the last stat, but I still need more speed. This is just flat. Slot 4, it's pointless. This is flat, it's pointless. So this one is interesting. Not great, not that I love this rune, but maybe it rolls double speed. I would rather this be on a slot 4 or slot 6. Maybe it rolls double speed. This one, maybe it rolls a few speed, like 3-4 speed rolls. But for the most part, I really don't even want to keep either of those. This is just garbage. Like I said, keeping some questionable runes sometimes on this account. If it was my main, I absolutely wouldn't have kept that defense slot too. But I'm trying to think, like if that was a speed and a defense subs on that HP rune, I'm going through these too fast. If it was a speed and a defense sub on that HP, even a blue 6-star, slot 6 HP, I would have kept. It could have rolled 18 speed if it had speed as a sub, right? If it had a speed slot 6. So, in that situation, blue 6-star, I would have... are we done? Are we... Game, you done? You bored? Okay, the game's bored. Let's see what happened. I don't know if it's going to show my Hive login or something like that when I do that. So, just to be safe. Just to be safe. Okay, it didn't. Oh, but now it's not going to show even what we kept. So we can even see if it rolls, like, whatever. Again, if it had... It's basically, like, we kept, like, maybe one rune on... What is this? Oh, this is the defense that we were going to see. Like, this is really... You don't use this for much of anything, though. I'm just gonna throw this away. But... Hey, we got some speed. But I could see maybe people using this... If it rolled 17 speed, but no, we're just gonna toss. What are all these blue runes? I'm gonna toss that. Maybe I was keeping those early game. I don't really see a point unless that gets... I would rather have a attack slot 2 than a defense slot 2. I don't really like defense. More units use attack. The only thing I'm rolling this for is the speed. I don't even want to roll this. Like, what are we going to do with it on this? I still think we need a speed. Yeah, we're just going to toss these. I might have kept these, like, early game. See, this doesn't have enough other stats. That's just speed. I think I just kept these early game. This I'm not even going to keep. This I'm not even going to keep. This I'll keep. That's a decent bruiser rune, right? If we can get... okay, let's take an actual look at that one. So, what I would hope for out of this rune is... It's a legendary rune, but it's just got stats. It's got like a juicy amount of stats, right? So I'm hoping for rolls... I was hoping for rolls into defense and crit rate, and then I could just use it on a bruiser, right? And... gem the speed in over the flat attack, but the rune decided it was going to be a little jerk face and not even do that. So, let's go on to the next one. We've got like 5 runes. We got a lot of runes that's like, it was legend and orange and had speed, and it's probably not going to roll speed and probably going to get sold, but we're going to keep it for the time being. But I think there was a legend, hold on, let me go back to the other account. Let me go back to that other account. I know we just switched, but let me go back to that. Because I want to show something. I want to show one rune. One rune. Just one bagel. Yes, just one rune. I want to show. Oh yeah, the thing is off. This one. So this one, like, I know I say like, oh yuck, it's a 5-star rune. If this got decent rolls, if this got like 7 into attack, defense, HP. If it started rolling 7 into those and it rolled... Okay, so it rolled a 5 into the speed. That's as high as you could roll into the speed. Like, this could be a usable rune. I mean, it's not, you're going to want to eventually replace it with something else if you're trying to push for, like, Guardian and stuff like that. But this could be a usable rune to some extent. We're hoping for 7s, and we're hoping for 5 into the speed. That was a 7, wasn't it? That was a 7. So this is exactly what I'm trying to... And people give me crap for this, but they're actually... Sometimes people are right, even when they give me crap. Like, Bagel, not all 5-star runes are terrible. That's correct, and this is one of those cases where the 5-star rune is not even that bad. We're hoping for a little bit more speed. If we get a 5 roll into speed, and we get something else... I mean, it's somewhat usable as far as, like... Because it's a will rune, it's like one of the better stats. Ooh. Not a great roll. Not a great roll, buddy. But we could still stick... I mean, we wouldn't stick legend grinds on this. But we could stick, like, blue and hope that they get high rolls. And we could just use it for... We could use it for a decent bit for, you know, reasonable, like, runes for, like, oh... We can use this in, like, fighter level, or maybe in, like, C1 or something like that, and we could, you know, will rune. We got some HP. There's really not... So I would not stick this on it, right? I would not stick that on it. I would stick one of these. You get 28 over there. I would stick... Would you stop that? I wouldn't even really stick a purple. I mean, unless you got a bunch of purples. I would stick, like, a blue on that. I would stick a blue on that. I would just stick blues on these. And hope for decent rolls and use it like a little bit for the time being. You use it for a bruiser for Guild Wars. So I just wanted to mention that because a lot of times people like Bagel, you can use things that are not 6 stars. You can use 5-star runes sometimes. And yes, there's some situations where you could use 5-star runes. And it's not the end of the world. I think I have a 5-star rune on my Bernard on my main or something like that because it's got like a quad rolled speed. It's not the only situation where you could use it, but there are situations where, like, the more premium runes, like, for example, a Violent rune that's, like, let's say it's got, like, 16 speed sub, but it's a 5-star rune, but it's got, like HP. Okay. Paint this picture, paint this scenario in your head. 5-star Violent rune, slot 6, HP percentage, but it's got defense, speed is like 16, it's got some defense on it percentage, it's got some flat HP, and it's got some attack percentage. Like, you could use that rune reasonably. Like, you're not gonna take it with you to end game like using Guardian, but you're gonna use it for a decent bit. So it's not like the end of the world, like you must have only 6-star runes to even play this game. How dare you if you even try to use a 5-star rune. So what? Oh, we have no inventory space. GG. Okay, we could throw away some of these speeds. We'll just do a couple crafts on this. We're already at 48 minutes. We don't need to really continue this too much. We'll do whatever we have. It's a roll. This is the time you roll speed. You're choosing now. It's like, yeah, we want to prolong this as much as possible. We want to drag the pain out. Thanks, game. Thank you so much. You know, even though doing this next week, of course it rolls speed. Get out of here, you stupid rune. Give me a break with this nonsense.
Speed again!
No, stop it. Stop it. You drunk rune, go home. So was that 13 speed? We could get 19. This is the free to win account. We could definitely use 19 speed on this. I say that and now I want to sell this rune, but I'm going to toss this. We do need to make some space. I'm going to toss whatever's not... if it doesn't roll speed, I'm going to toss it. God, why do you choose now to roll speed on these garbage runes? I am looking for reasons to throw them out, not keep them. Why don't you roll speed on the good ones? Why you gotta roll speed on the bad ones? This game. This is why I don't like to keep these 5-star runes, because then it's like, I'm gonna roll bad speed. I'm like, I should have just tossed you just out of principle, because you're a dick rune. Why does it choose now to roll speed? Again, with this dick rune. Give me a break, rune. Ooh, what's this? This is not good. We don't need that. What is this? Maybe. All right, we made a few spaces. I got to go through and like actually clean more out of this. Please don't tell me we're gonna need more. Oh, you know, let's just craft the ancient runes or whatever. Call it a day after that. That you could keep that and see if it rolled double speeds. That's still probably not. That's not gonna be stat rich enough though, even if it did roll double speeds. This again, it's not, even if it was 6-star, it just doesn't have enough juice. This is just this the energy rune, plus it's a 5-star, plus it's a blue. So many no's. This, oh, it's a legend. I know a lot of people who keep these runes like, oh, it's a legend rune. Even if it's 5-star bagel, I know it's 5-star, but it's a legend 5-star. Hey, doesn't that excite you? No, it's garbage. Why would that excite me? These are just, but I know a lot of people keep those. Like a lot of people, not like 5 people, like thousands of people. Thousands. Because they like to hold on to everything. What if I want to use it? Well, you're going to use a lot of resources. You're going to waste your mana trying to upgrade that. And it's just, like, not good for anything. And what are you going to use it on? Well, I could use it on a what? What are you going to use it on? I don't know just yet. Maybe I'll summon a monster and I want to use it on that in the future. No. Sell it. Take the mana. Farm more runes. This is just garbage. It's all 5-star blue runes stuff. So this we would see if it rolls speed, right? Generally with Vampire, just the general rule of thumb, a lot of times with Vampire, almost always with Vampire, you want crit rate on it. Because it needs to leech health somehow. There are some exceptions like Ramagos, where you don't need crit rate because Ramagos doesn't need to crit for anything. So there's that. Also some things that maybe have like boosted crit rate just naturally by something in their passive or something where you maybe don't need crit rate. But for the most part, Vampire generally needs crit rate. So this is just like, I know actually some people that would keep this for maybe it rolls a double crit damage and then it's good efficiency for like a DPS unit. I'm not going to keep it, but I do actually know people that would keep that one and roll it just to see if they got the crit damage. For a Fat Lucian as like a broken set. As weird as it sounds. This is just, I know people like to keep these as well, like early game players. Like, oh, it's a crit damage and it's a rage. At least you're in the right, you're headed in the right direction of like, I have rage and crit damage, slot 4 go hand in hand. Better than attack percentage, slot 4. But this just doesn't have, it's a big difference between the crit damage at max is 68, sorry, not 68. 68, where did I even get that number? 65%. And, oh, because the rune is at 8, maybe that's where I got the 60. 65% for a 5-star max rage rune, or any rune. Slot 4 crit damage. If it's 5-star, 65 is the max. If it's 6-star, 80 is the max. So maybe I was getting ahead of myself and I was thinking 80. I smashed the 68, 65 and the 80 together and made a 68. This is just not good enough. There's not really a whole lot that does really good with this. Even if it was 6-star, this is not, you don't want attack slot 4 on a rage rune. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I don't remember. Let's finish it off with these. I'm keeping this. That's a definite keep. So we're hoping for 2 to 3 rolls into speed. 2 rolls into speed I'm happy with. Dodge crit damage. We'll be happy with that. What was I going to say before? I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, there's not a lot that you really use with slot 2 defense. So, this we see if it rolls. Fudging, see if it rolls speed. But, a big nonsense on here. I really gotta. I think there's a bunch of runes still from like early game on here that we just gotta go through and toss. Because like I said, over the course of time, you upgrade your, you raise your rune standards, but I don't know what I even use. I don't think, it's not really great, but if it rolled max rolls, It did just roll a max, so. It did just roll a max. Can we get 13 HP? No, we get 14 crit rate. Can we get speed? I mean, we could. This is free to win, so this does not have as high rune requirement. Like, if it was the main, I wouldn't keep this. But if it was Europe, I probably wouldn't keep this either. But since it's free to win, we kind of got to be a little bit more tolerant of. And it did go speed. It got bad rolls into things, but we might be able to, because we don't do RTA with this. We do like Guild Wars, and this could be usable in Guild Wars. This could be usable for like a DPS unit in Guild Wars, violent DPS unit. I don't love it. It's got a lot of low rolls. Trust me, it's got a lot. It's got a lot of low rolls, but the stats are what I would look for in a violent attack slot 6 rune. There's just not as many of them as I need, right? So. And crit damage. So the rune, it looked terrible at the beginning, and like as we rolled it, it was like, it makes more sense at least. So this is actually like, you could use this rune. I hate to say it, but you could actually use that rune. You're not going to use it in Guardian RTA, though. You're not going to use it in Guardian RTA. Or maybe you are. If you have Ragdoll, you maybe are going to use that one, and you can get away with it. That's the lowest roll possible, and into the stat that I didn't want. We need double rolls into speed, please. Double rolls into speed to make up for it. And not 4 rolls. Don't give me 4. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. It basically turned into almost a blue rune. We need another speed. We need another speed game. We need this. We need the speed. It's free to win. We need this. They're like, it's free to win. You're not getting a damn thing. You know what? It's a max roll. We got a max roll into speed. We got a max roll into HP. I hate to say that, but I'm actually going to keep this rune. On this account. On free to win, I'm actually going to... If this was the main, I would have no use for it, right? If it was the primary account where we got a bunch of crazy runes we've been playing for forever. But this is free to win. We spend no money. We use... and we started much later than the other ones as well. So... This is a rune that we would actually use for things. For like... What would we use this for? We would use this for any support unit. A lot of different support. Like Fran, we would use it for. We would use it for, what else? Fran. Anything else besides the Fran? Fran. Accuracy. Yeah. So we would actually use that. Again, not something you want to take into Guardian RTA because you're going to get smoked if you try to use something like that there. Because it's all about rune efficiency there. But for free to win Guild Wars, that's usable. This is all garbage stats. Even if it's a 5-star, it's all garbage stats. This is all garbage. And I don't want to roll this 5 million other runes. Oh, jeez. We don't need to roll all those. We don't need to roll all those. All right, guys. Anyway, because it's just a bunch of... It's just all going to be swift. It's going to be speed chasing. We should have actually taken a look at the other runes, too. But, in my opinion, why would we craft energy runes? There's no reason to craft energy runes. If I was like, let's take a look at what stats I would want on these other runes, let's start with energy, I would be doing you a disservice because there should not be any reason we would ever want to craft energy runes. If you're crafting stuff from giants, if you take a look at these, the Symbol of Harmony mostly drops from giants. So if you need more of those, you farm giants. Symbol of Chaos drops mostly from Necropolis. So if you need more of those, you farm Necropolis. Right? It actually, if you look at this, it's in order of where it drops the most. It's Giant's Keep is first on the list because it drops the most from Giant's Keep. Necropolis is first on the list because it drops the most from Necropolis. If we see this one, Dragons is first on the list because it drops the most from Dragons. So it's actually in order. It doesn't tell you it's in order, but it is in order of where it drops the most, these symbols. So if you need more Transcendence, you farm Dragons more. Etc., etc. But there's no reason we would ever craft these. No reason we would craft these. We would craft these, of course, for speed chasing. I don't really feel the need to craft these. You get crit every now and then, and plus a lot of times if you have DPS stuff, you can put them on. If you have crit rate and subs, you may not need the crit sets. You can also use, a lot of times you need will on DPS units as well for like endgame stuff. So I don't find myself crafting these too much. Rage, I know a lot of people craft a lot of Rage. They do Necro, and then they craft Rage and Will runes. So from Necro, these are the two most popular to do. Focus, I don't really see a need to really craft Focus. There's just not as flexible as other stuff. Resistance, I would never craft Resistance. Fatal, I could see people maybe crafting Fatal if they're like, man, my DPS sets are lacking. I just don't have a lot of... You know, the Swift sets have been nicer to me than the DPS sets. I could see... I still would prefer that they craft the Rage ones. Try to grind Necro for Rage runes and try to get the Rage stuff from there. But Fatal is like a nice... like, I could see them crafting Fatal. I wouldn't go crazy on it, but... Despair, that's definitely something people craft. Vampire, there's not a whole lot of monsters that are meta on Vampire. So really you don't craft a bunch of these because if you're doing Necro and you get 100 Vampire runes, like let's say you happen to get lucky and get a crazy, 100 good Vampire runes, 100 good Will runes, 100 good Rage runes, those Will runes are going to go out fast. Those Will runes are going to get used so much, and then you're going to have just an abundance of extra Vampire runes lying around, because there's not that many units that are really meta on Vampire, but there's a ton of units that are meta on Will. Violent, half my units on every account are on Violent runes. So that's like the number one that everyone crafts. Nemesis, there's only a few units that are really meta build on Nemesis. So you really don't want to craft. I really wouldn't even bother crafting the 2 sets, just with the exception of like maybe Will. Because you really don't, you need twice as many of the 4 sets, you know what I mean? So these are like the primary ones that are the best for crafting. Will's not bad. Shield is, you really don't want to like, oh, let me go craft a whole bunch of shield runes. I could maybe see reasons you'd want to craft Revenge, but to be honest, it's really better to just spend it. All your resources from dragons, it's better to craft Violent than Revenge. Destroy, you get plenty of Destroy runes. There's not a whole lot of monsters that are even relevant for Destroy. Fight, I could definitely see crafting Fight runes. It's very important to craft Fight runes. If you're doing a lot of the Rift Beasts to try to get Fight runes, crafting Fight runes with those resources is not bad. I know a lot of people that craft Fight runes. It's the most usable out of these other ones. And then these ones you just get, like, the same thing with the Energy and the Guard, like, whatever has the value for the most part. Some exceptions, but really just use whatever you get. Don't bother crafting like the new ones. So best for crafting these 2, this one, this one, this one. Yeah. These ones, these ones, these ones, these ones, these ones. Anyway, that's it for this one. I talk so much, but I hope that I got 1 hour. It's longer than Saturday morning summons have been, but hopefully, like, I explained, and I know people are going to just not watch this and be like, Bagel, you should do a video where you show what runes you keep and what runes you sell. I'm just going to facepalm so hard that my fist goes through my face. And I'm going to be like, I just did that. I just did that. I just did that. I'm going to rip my head off and throw it at the wall. That's what I'm going to do. Now you guys are going to do that on purpose. You're going to be like, oh, watch this. I'm going to trigger him. Watch this. Anyway. I'm just trying to give you guys information, trying to let you guys know my logic on why I keep things and why I sell things. Anyway, it was fun, departure from the usual Saturday morning summons. As soon as we get new units out, there will be 4 billion summon videos on every channel. So enjoy your summon-free Saturday while it lasts. Oh no, we did 1 summon. We technically did 1 summon in this video, didn't we? Alright, anyway, I'll see you as always. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you as always in the next one.